Hi, my name is Anton Delin and I'm a Key Account Manager at Plockmatic. Welcome to this operator guide video for the Plockmatic SD-500 and Plockmatic SD-350 production booklet maker system. I'm here at Konica Minolta's showroom in Stockholm, Sweden. This video will help you get the most out of your Plockmatic booklet maker. I'll show you how to set up the system, highlight some new features, and also share some tips and tricks that might be helpful to you. I'm going to begin by showing you how to turn these prints into beautifully finished, full bleed trimmed and creased booklets. To start off, you need to tell the system two simple things. First, the input sheet size, and second, the finished booklet size. The system then automatically calculates and sets up the correct face trim for the trim module and the correct bleed trim for the RCT module. Always start by entering the input sheet size from the start screen. Press Booklet Production and then the Input Sheet Size button. Here you can select from a list of the most common standard sheet sizes available around the world. Note that the sheet size you enter here is the same sheet size you have selected in the printer. Also note that the smaller sheet sizes have two different orientations available. For example, A4 SEF and A4 LEF. SEF stands for short edge feed, sometimes also referred to as landscape feeding orientation, and LEF stands for long edge feed, sometimes referred to as portrait feeding orientation. If the RCT module is included in the configuration, the Plockmatic system can handle sheet sizes printed in either orientation. Sending a smaller sheet size in the LEF orientation increases the productivity and it also reduces wear on the printer. When possible, try to run smaller sheet sizes in the LEF orientation. For our example today, we will choose the sheet size SRA3. Press the green check mark when you're done with the setting. Once you have entered the input sheet size, it is time to enter the finished booklet size. The exact size of the finished booklet can be determined by measuring between the crop marks. Make a test print of the cover used for the application to the top tray of the printer. The height of your booklet can be determined by measuring between the crop marks, and the width of the book by measuring the distance between the crop marks over the length of the sheet and dividing this by 2, since the sheets will be folded in half. From the Settings for Booklet Production page, press Finish Booklet Size. You will now see shortcuts for two proposed booklet sizes that can be produced based on that input sheet size and on the modules available in your Plockmatic system. If any of these booklet sizes are not what you want, or if you need to tweak the booklet size slightly, then press the Custom Booklet Size button. This will take you to another page where you can enter the exact booklet size you need within the specification of the system. Pressing the green check mark will take you back to the finished booklet page. Pressing the green check mark again selects the highlighted booklet size. Leave the staple position, fold position and book fold mode at auto. If necessary, these adjustments can always be made while the job is actually running. What many operators do at this stage is run a book. This gives you a chance to inspect the booklet and, if necessary, adjust the book fold mode and staple position required for a great looking booklet. If you now want to trim more from the top and bottom of the booklet or from the face of the booklet, then you go back into custom booklet size and make the required adjustments. Select the book fold feature to give your book a square printable spine. The auto setting will try to calculate the correct book fold pressure for this application. If you're not satisfied with the auto setting, you can always go in and change this. This can be changed while the system is running. What do you do if you want to trim more or less of the top and bottom of the book? This is achieved by changing the custom booklet size we entered earlier in this guide. Change to a smaller finished booklet to make the system cut off more from the top and bottom or the face of the booklet. What do you do if the inner sheets of the book are sticking out beyond the cover? This can be caused by a number of things, and we will look at why this might happen and what you can do about it. First, ensure that the set is properly registered or jogged. If the side guides in the booklet maker did not jog the set properly prior to stapling and folding, the inner sheets may stick out. You can cause the booklet maker to jog the set tighter by changing the set registration. At the finished booklet size page, select Set Registration. Press the minus button to force the booklet maker to jog the set tighter. Sometimes when using a heavy stock for the cover and lighter stock for the body of the book, the two stock types shrink differently in the fusing process. This can cause the inner sheets to show outside the cover of the book. The SD-500 and 350 with the RCT module can compensate for this. From the finished booklet size, click the Cover Adjust button. Here you can set the system up so that the cover will be cut slightly larger than the body sheets. If the sheets are registered correctly at the spine of the book, but then gradually shows more and more of the inner sheets as you look along the edge, this means that the fold is skewed and the units needs to be adjusted by service. However, this can also be caused by the sheets themselves not being square and uniform. Prior to printing, it's important that the sheets themselves are square and uniform. If the diagonals are not equal, the sheet is not uniform and square, and the booklet quality will vary as a result. Measure both diagonals. Do the same for the covers if a different paper stock is used. This problem is more common than you might think, not only when you cut your own paper down from larger sheet sizes, but also from factory cut sheets. If the image is not perfectly centered on the sheets, you can compensate for this with the Plockmatic system and cut off more from one side of the booklet than the other. This is achieved by entering the asymmetric side trim page from the finished booklet size page. Changing this parameter will allow you to cut more or less of either the top or the bottom of each sheet. The positive value will cut less from the operator side of the booklet. The bookfold module may wrinkle the cover at the spine when lightweight media is used for cover sheet on thicker books. Plockmatic recommends that for best result with thicker books, you should use a heavier cover. We shall now look into some of the unique features of the Plockmatic SD-500 and SD-350. The first feature is feeder mode in the cover feeder module. If the optional cover feeder is installed on your Plockmatic SD-500 or 350, it can set up as a simple self-feeding offline system. If you load pre-collated sets in the cover feeder, the SD-500 or 350 will feed sheets from the cover feeder. This makes it possible to use your Plockmatic system to finish booklets made from material printed on other printing systems. The second unique feature is the multi-cut mode of the SD-500 trimmer module. The trimmer supports multi-cut operation, which allows the trimmer to cut very large trim lengths by cutting it down in multiple steps. You can now produce booklets all the way down to 105mm or 4.14 inches in length by cutting them down from larger sheet sizes. This operation mode only works when you hand feed the system or when the cover feeder is used in feeder mode. For inline operation, 25mm is the maximum trim length. Thank you for watching this Plockmatic SD-500 and Plockmatic SD-350 operator guide video. If you have any questions or want more information, talk to your local Konica Minolta representative or visit us at plockmatic.com.